On the opening day of Munich's world-famous Oktoberfest, there was a capacity crowd of 69,000 in the Allianz Arena for the visit of Bayern's great rivals, Werder Bremen. And it was a return to Munich for Claudio Pizarro in the middle of your picture there. 6 years he spent in Munich, and what successful years they were. And he came to Munich back then from Werder Bremen, returning to the North German side from Chelsea, and of course hoping to shine against his former club. Bremen without 4 regular first-teamers. Definitely the underdogs, but Pizarro early in the game. 15 minutes gone, showing that Bremen meant business. Bayern themselves still without Frank Ribéry and Hamid Altintop. And then a beautiful through ball straight to Rosenberg. The Bayern fans completely stunned. 18 minutes gone. And the defense cracked. But what a pass from Mesut Ozil. Rosenberg, cool as ever. The Swedish international, no problem at all. De Michelis couldn't get his tackle in. It would have been a penalty and a red card had he done so. Lucio. And then a wonderful opportunity for Podolski to put Bayern back on level terms in the side, because Miroslav Klose is still suffering from a bruised thigh. Podolski with a great opportunity, maybe to establish himself in the first team again. Certainly missed out on that one. Podolski, and a wonderful chance for Lahm. Almost an own goal from Prödli. Had to stick out a foot to stop that ball being shoveled into the middle by Lahm. Zé Roberto was there. Thomas Schaaf rather nervous. His side still clinging on to a 1-0 lead, but 2 minutes from half-time. It was 2-0 for Bremen. Unbelievable. Naldo, and a mistake by the Bayern goalkeeper. It was a wonderful free kick from Mesut Ozil, but just watch how Rensing at the last minute pushes it out. Naldo taps it back in. Bayern 2-0 down. Who would have thought it? And certainly not the injured Frank Ribéry watching on from his position on the halfway line. Could Bayern turn things round in the second half? Unbeaten at home last season, indeed. Unbeaten since April the 27th, 2007. 20 games at home without loss. 14 league games stretching into last season. And then Mesut Ozil with the most delightful of strikes. A left foot bullet. Diego. Ozil still with 2 defenders, and that was not exactly energetic defending by Bayern. But take nothing away from this strike by Ozil. His first of the season, the 19-year-old who was bought from Schalke. 59 minutes gone. Diego to Rosenberg. Still Rosenberg clips it back. Pizarro stabs it through Rensing's legs. The Bayern defense a complete and utter shambles. And amazingly, no one would have thought it. Bayern 4 goals to 0 down at home. But look at the weak defensive work. Great running by Rosenberg. Shrugs off Van Bommel's challenge. Not many people do that. And Pizarro squeezing it past Rensing for Bremen's 4th. Uli Hoeneß, his head in his hands. Klinsmann obviously shell-shocked. There was worse to come. Diego, a complete and utter fluff by Rensing, and a tap-in for Marcus Rosenberg. And even Ribéry's daughter's applauding. Frank's not too happy about our 5th goal, though. Perhaps that little girl doesn't know which side she should be clapping for. Look at Rensing successor to the great Oliver Kahn. Oliver will not be impressed if he's watching this in the stadium. 5-0. Never before has anybody, certainly in the Allianz Arena, scored 5 goals against Bayern, and he's been up since 2005. And Lahm. The ball chipped wide to substitute. Odo pulls it back, and Timberowski, who is in his first season with Bayern after joining them from Werder Bremen, scores against his former club. Bremen by this time had sort of nodded off slightly. Look at the space and the time Borowski has. And also Massimo Odo, the substitute, to lay the ball back to him. That was on 71 minutes. Bremen really felt they'd done enough, and indeed, had they ever. 4 minutes to go. And a fine strike this time, once again from the tall figure of Timberowski. His second of the afternoon, but of course, it was not going to put a smile on the face either of Hoeneß or of Jürgen Klinsmann, Bayern's new coach. Up goes Luca Toni. Burnish can't get anything on it, and Borowski did well to pull that one down. That ball bouncing to thigh height. Once again, 5-2. No way that Bayern were ever going to save this one. 3 minutes from the end. Burnish. Aaron Hunt brought on as a sub. And Claudio Pizarro, who showed it well, his best game of the season against his former employers. His first touch not good, and he got a lucky rebound from Philipp Lahm's clearance. That could have been goal number 6, it wasn't. Bayern, I think, had been tortured enough by Bremen. Lady Luck showing really a little mercy on Bayern. The final whistle finally goes. Captain Courageous Mark van Bommel goes over to thank at least the Bayern fans for supporting his side. Bremen, who knows? Perhaps they'll be off to the Oktoberfest to celebrate. They win by an incredible 5-2.